Girls come to me and go, yeah, beat it up. I was like, oh yeah, okay, cool. No, I mean it. No, bitch, I mean it. I guarantee I changed the way you look at sex forever. You're gonna be fucking crying. I won't cry. I bet you cry, bitch. I bet you fucking cry. Don't challenge me. You're effectively challenging me to a fight now. You're saying I wouldn't cry. You're challenging me to a fight. You're saying I can't hurt you. You're out of your fucking mind? Because it's not gonna be like, oh, hurt them enough so they enjoy it. No, I'm just gonna straight hurt you. I don't even have to fuck you. Forget this sex part. That's a distraction. My dick can stay in my pants. I'll just start beating the shit out of you. How about that? We walk in the bedroom. I start kicking your ass. No sex. No sex involved. Yeah, you want distraction from the dick. Well, that distracts me. I'm trying to fucking fight. No, I just want to fight. Say that shit to me again. These hoes out of control. Can I say this on YouTube?
Probably not. Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to my room. So I made a joke in the last video about how Andrew Tate was a horribly misunderstood individual, which is obviously an outrageous comment, and how dare I side with this obvious misogynist after joking about how companies are pissing you off on purpose. How dare I piss you off on purpose? Anyways, that was a joke at the time, but upon doing research for this video, I actually watched Andrew Tate's content. Now, this isn't an Andrew Tate video. This is a video essay about outrage marketing. We're gonna talk about other outrage marketing attempts that everybody fell for and why they fell for them, and hopefully we, as a collective, can stop falling for this barbaric attempt to get your attention, and we can move on to a different method of marketing. Because if the only way to get your message out to the public is by pissing off enough people, then I'm sorry to say that we have fallen as a society. Because your message could be powerful as hell, but it means nothing if the people you're trying to reach hate you for various XYZ reasons. First of all, what is outrage marketing? Now, outrage marketing doesn't have an official definition, I guess because people have just realized how effective it is, but I personally define outrage marketing as deliberately saying outrageous or controversial things to shake the hive of society in order to push a particular agenda or message. These things could be racist, sexist, stupid, cartoonish, or just completely over the top for no other reason than to garnish backlash and receive the public eye for as long as the outrages go. Now, we're gonna come back to Andrew Tate, but let's look at Just Stop Oil for a second. Like, these activists would go to museums and they would throw cans of soup and mashed potatoes all over priceless oil paintings. Not my kids. And they went viral for this because they would stupidly waste food trashing priceless art and then super glue their hands to the wall and then just start shouting about the environment.
What?
I know. What? Like, what is their message? Who knows at this point? All anyone was focused on was this. But eventually they were rewarded for their outrageous act by the news media, who gave them a platform to speak on and spread their message. And they went on there to say that the painting was covered in glass. They wouldn't have done it if they knew they were going to damage priceless art, and they only did it to get eyes on their message. Which is exactly my point. But then you have vegans in grocery stores pouring milk all over the floor to try to get people to hear their message about something. They're calling it a protest, but this isn't a protest. This is a protest. This is vandalism. But to be honest, I don't know their message. And after seeing this video, I don't care to know their message. Like, this shit isn't working for them. We need to be able to recognize it as a society so we can stop giving it light. We could be like, oh, they're just trying to get a reaction out of us. Let's ignore them. Then you have Reynolds, who got his name out there by trying to convince everybody that Australia is not an actual place and that people who fly there only end up in New Zealand, which didn't bode well for the people in Australia who live there, including Cinnamon Toast Ken, who did a reaction video to his content. This was on the more harmless end of the spectrum, but it was outrageous because obviously Australia exists. But this is a bit, and it worked. Outrage marketing is super effective, and you see it in small doses here and there, like all over the internet. And if you know what to look out for, you can spot it pretty easily. I'm in the YouTube rap community also. You can click the card right there to go to my music channel if you want to check it out. It's also on my channel's homepage, but outrage marketing is there too. Diss tracks are the art of disrespecting another artist for various XYZ reason, and it often leads to a YouTube rap battle. Now, don't make fun of us. These get pretty intense when the artists have like 1 million subs. But people and the fans of these artists get so riled up to the point where reaction reaction channels reacting to the battle will explode by proxy. They will get hundreds of thousands of subscribers just by association. How does this fit into outrage marketing? Well, because the XYZ reason from earlier will start to fall by the wayside when artists realize how much attention diss tracks themselves were getting. Artists started dissing each other just for the hell of it to rile up their bases and to get people talking about them. It got so bad that if you don't have a valid reason for the diss track mentioned in the diss track, you're automatically dissing for clout. Yeah, you get attention, but it's incredibly divisive. Outrage marketing is everywhere, and it's destroying everything because you give it your attention.
Yo, do y'all know who Andrew Tate is?
I've heard of this guy.
Hey, do you guys have any idea?
Have you heard of this individual? Andrew Tate? He is showing up on my feed non-fucking stop.
Dude.
I'm not clicking on it. It's just next video is him. Joe Rogan has the biggest podcast.
Yeah, I know.
on
That's
the
my
planet.
piss.
He still shows up on the feed less.
Yeah.
And the entire media is attacking him on a daily basis. Nobody's done what Andrew Tate has done.
And I'll tell you exactly why. It's because today's internet generation, mainly the youth, don't understand the irony of cancel culture. It's literally,
Yo, do y'all know who Andrew Tate is?
who?
This asshole who beats women and is like super misogynistic and owns a sex trafficking ring in Romania.
What?
Yeah, we're gonna cancel him so nobody ever wants to work with this alleged multimillionaire.
Multi-millionaire.
Yeah, rally behind us. We're gonna get this asshole off the internet forever.
All right, bet. I should learn more about him so I know what we're dealing with here.
Let me tell you something. Revolutions are nothing more than a bunch of men in one place. It's not women, it's men. If you put enough men on a city square pissed off, a revolution happens. That's what the people in charge of the world are afraid of. So to make sure there's no revolution, what they do is they construct as many divisions amongst the peasants as possible. They make sure the blacks hate the whites, the men hate the women, the Republicans hate the Democrats, and we're all so busy fighting with each other they can laugh from the top because there's not very many of them and there's a bunch of us. I'm telling you, the reason in countries like America, the reason the law is so destructive against men is very, very purposeful. They don't want you to feel like a king. They don't want you to feel powerful. You wake up amongst 3 bitches, if you have fucking 10 sons from 10 baby mamas, you're gonna wake up and feel like the man. You ain't taking shit easy. If you wake up on your fucking 3rd year of a sexless marriage, paying taxes, and your kids don't even listen to you, you don't really feel like rebellion. You don't have it inside of you. This is why there's so much fucking male suicide. This is why men are so depressed. This is why everyone's so unhappy, because the life they try and create for men, the things they try and purport, the ideas they try and make us subscribe to are depressing. They want you as a tax slave. They want you as a tax slave. They want you in a sexless marriage with some old fat bitch who hates you. That's what they want. Afraid to leave because they'll take your house and destroy your life's work. And they want you to sit there and pay your taxes until you fucking die. This is all done on purpose. None of this is an accident. It's all very purposeful. And in countries which are not like this, in countries where men still have that masculine essence, in countries where they're still in control of their own household, when the government tries to become tyrannical, it's far more difficult to do because the men get together and say, you know what, women, clean the house. I'll be back in 2 hours. I'm gonna tell these guys to get fucked. And that's the reality of it. This is a control mechanism, along with everything else. Everything you see on TV, this is my final rant. Everything you see on TV is a control mechanism. All the shit they put on Netflix is a control mechanism. Telling you that you have mental problems you don't have is a control mechanism. Telling you, oh yeah, you can't focus on anything for 2 minutes because you have ADHD, or you're depressed and you can never fix it. They're trying to control you. They're trying to dampen your life force. Making sure your woman doesn't listen to you is a control mechanism. Making sure you can never leave her without being financially destroyed is a control mechanism. It's all control mechanisms, all of it from head to toe. You have to resist the slave mind. You have to look at it all and understand they are trying to make a slave of you. And when I say slave, I do not mean slave likely. I mean the word slave. They are printing money from the sky and you're giving up your life for it. If they can create something in unlimited amounts anytime they want, and you'll give up your life and time for that said thing, you are their slave. They don't need to use power and control and whips anymore. They just have the money print button. It's slavery. And they need to make sure that even if you know that, you don't feel powerful enough to do anything about it.
Regardless of your opinion of Andrew Tate, you can't deny that a majority of people, myself included, would not have known about him if he never gotten canceled. Now, apparently he's a kickboxer, which is not MMA. He uses outrage marketing a lot to promote his business Hustler University. Now, I've been inside Hustler University and all they talk about is how to make money. The only times I've ever seen Andrew Tate say anything even remotely misogynist is in interviews and on other people's podcasts. And only really before he blew up. Like now he doesn't really say anything controversial since clearing his name on the Piers Morgan interview, which tells me that this was all an act just to get you to talk about him. He even mentions in a video that if you hate him, the worst thing you could do to him is pretend he doesn't exist.
The smartest thing my haters could do is never mention me again.
He knew exactly what he was doing, and he executed it brilliantly to become the most Googled man on the planet. The true irony of cancel culture is that the people who hate this kind of speech and these kind of people are the ones actively promoting it and pushing them into the algorithm. The algorithm isn't some almighty deity who works in mysterious ways. No, it pushes to the people the type of content that's being engaged with the most. That's how it works. Every hate-filled comment that you post, every dislike, every view, every time you send a video to your friend and go, look at this stupid asshole, every time you make a commentary video like this one, you push that person in front of more people. And that's easily exploited by people who don't care about the opinion of strangers on the internet. In real life, if you want to quote-unquote cancel someone, they could be jumped or some shit, but that doesn't work on the internet. If you share a video with your friend in an attempt to get that person removed from the internet, you are doing nothing but pushing that person's message in front of a wider audience. And the algorithm goes, oh, this is the content you like? Don't worry, friend, I'll show you more content like that. And the next thing you know, Andrew Tate is plastered all over your recommended page. Canceling someone does not work, but it can be exploited by companies pushing their products. And if this keeps happening, before you know it, you're stuck in this perpetual state of outrage and just being mad all the time. Then you get mad at each other who have different views, and it just all seems like one big ass control mechanism. Break out of the simulation, you idiots, and see what you're doing to yourselves. If you want to combat outrage marketing, stop getting so outraged. Alright, rant over. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and be sure to hit the bell notification icon so you never miss an upload. You can also go to seekingasylumthegame.com to check out some video games that I've developed, as well as support the channel by investing in some Seeking Asylum merch. You can visit my music channel on the end card and check out some of my killer tunes. This one's called New Phone Who Dis, because I got a new Samsung Galaxy. Alright, I'll see you later. I've been riding around town, blowing loud with the window down. Oh shit. New phone, who dis? I'm just steady winning, you can't even hurt my feelings, homie. Oh shit. New phone, who dis? You can't ever slow me, half of y'all don't even know me, homie. Oh shit. New phone, who dis? Don't you dare try to call me, cause I'm introverted, homie. Better text me that shit. New phone, who dis?